Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be teaching how to solve the Rubik's Cube. In the last tutorial that I did, which was actually the first video I ever posted on my YouTube channel, it's bad. It's a bad tutorial. Don't watch it. It's 4 minutes long, and just for comparison, today I made a tutorial on a 2x2 that's 20 minutes long, so I went way more in depth, and that's what I'm going to be doing in this tutorial. So basically, I'm going to teach you the basics first, and then I will teach you how to solve the cube, and then I will do 3 or 4 example solves at the end so that you can kind of see that all in action. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. So, grab your scrambled Rubik's Cube, and I'm going to teach you how to solve it. So, first step. Put the yellow center on the top. So we have 6 center pieces around the cube. We have yellow, which is in the middle, white, red, blue, orange, and green. So we put the yellow one on top and the white one on bottom. And what we're going to do here is we are going to move all of the edges which are in between the centers and the corners. We're going to move all of the white edges. So there's going to be 4 edges around the cube with white on them. There's this one. There's this one. There's this one. And there's this one. So by the end of this step, you're going to have something that looks like this. So it looks like a daisy. We're ignoring this corner right now. It looks like this. So we have a daisy like that on the yellow center. So we have this edge already here, and this edge is right here. So what we can do here is pretty simply just move it to the top like that. So once we've done that, we can then look around for the other edges. Oh, there's one right here. That one can just be moved to the top like that. And then our last edge is right here. And we have a problem. We can't just move it up there because that moves that one out of the way. So what we're going to do here is we will move this gap right here, which has no white edge, above where this is going to get turned to get to the top. So we will do that, which puts our empty slot right here, and then we can move that edge up there. So let me give you a few more examples. So yellow center on top, and we have this edge. Now we have this edge, which we can move up to the top just like that. So now it's on the top with the blue one. We have those 2 edges on the top now. And then we have this one in the back. Pretty simple. Again, we can just move it to the yellow center. But this is flipped, so that's a problem. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move it off to the side like that. Then we can move the empty slot above where the edge needs to go like that. And then we can move that in there. So pretty simple. Let me do one more example of that. What we're going to do is, so we need to put the yellow on top. Now we have these 2 edges on the bottom, so this one can be moved to the top just like this. So we have that, just move it to the top like that. Now we have those 2, this one. So if we move it up, we're going to move the other edge out of the way. So what we would do is we would move the empty slot like that, and then we can just put it in like that. And then our last one is down here. This is the last part that we need to learn. So what we can do is we move it down to this center like that. Then we'll move it to the same place that we've been moving things when we have this kind of problem. Move the slot there, and then we can move that up. So that's how we solve the daisy, which is the first step. So transitioning into the next step, we have solving the white cross. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to be solving all of these edges into their correct spots. So we have this one, and oh, look at that. So we have it lined up with its correct center already. So this piece is in its solved position. So what we need to do is we can then just move it down. So this piece will end up going down there to our white center, and now that edge is completely solved. In between the two centers, that is. Then we have this one, which is also with its correct center. So we can just do the same thing that we did with the other one. Move that one down to the white center. Now that one is completely solved. And then we have these two. That is not solved, so we can't just go like that. That's not going to work. So what we'll do is we'll move it around the cube until we find, oh, hey, look, that lined up with its center, just like that. So now what we can do is we can move that one down. And then this one is right here. We can also move that down to its corresponding center, which solves our white cross like that. We have all four of our white edges completely solved like that. So another example of this, we have this blue one that is solved with its center, and the white center is down here, so we would just move that down. But, oh no, we don't have any more that are lined up with their centers. So we can just turn, and that lines up with its center now. So we can just move that to the bottom layer. This one is also lined up with its center, so we can move that to the bottom layer. This one is not lined up with its center, so we need to find its center. Oh, there it is. Move that to the bottom layer. Pretty simple. Let me do one more example of all that we've learned so far. So what we're going to do, first we're going to solve our daisy. So we have this center up there, and this one can be moved up just like that. This edge right here, well, we need to find an empty slot, which is right here. We can go like that. This edge, so we need to get an empty slot above where it needs to go. We go like that. And then we can turn it up to the yellow center like that. So now we have our daisy solved. And the next thing that we're going to want to do is solve our white cross, so solve our edges entirely. So this right here is lined up with its center. So that means that we can just turn it down to the white side like that, which solves the edge. This red one is also lined up. We can just go like that to solve the edge entirely. This is not lined up with its center. So we're going to move it around until we found that it lined up with the center, like that. We can move it down to the white side to solve the edge entirely. And then finally we have this edge, like that. So that's the white cross. Moving on to the next step, which is solving the corners of the first layer. This is a pretty simple step as well. They get kind of progressively harder. So basically what you're going to want to do in this step is find a corner in the top layer. So the top layer should be yellow. That has that has white on it. So this corner right here has white on it. So how we would put this into its slot right here, which is, so this is white, orange, and green, like that. This is white center, orange center, and green center. So that means that this corner needs to go into this spot. So we're going to need to learn a quick little algorithm that just goes like this. It's 4 moves, and it goes like this. R, U, R counterclockwise, U counterclockwise. So we just keep doing that algorithm until the corner eventually gets into its slot like that. So you have to pay attention to the corner there. But once it gets into a slot, we can keep doing the same thing. So we have this one right here. It's white, red, green, and we have white, red, green right there. So we move that above its slot, and we do our algorithm that you just learned, R, U, R prime, U prime, until it gets into its slot. Same with this corner. So we have white, blue, red, and we have white, blue, red. So we'll do that algorithm again until the corner gets in there, like that. And then we have our last corner, and we just do that algorithm again. So let's get up to that point one more time. So we have this corner, which is in the top layer. which is white, orange, green. We have white, orange, green. So move it above the slot and do the algorithm. Next we have this corner, which is white, blue, orange, white, blue, orange. So we'll move that above its slot and we'll do the algorithm. Next we have this one. So we have white, green, red, and then over here we find that we have white, green, red, so we can move that above the slot, do our algorithm. And then this one is actually in the bottom layer, so the way that we can get it out of the bottom layer is by doing our algorithm one more time. And then we have white, red, blue, white, red, blue, so we can do the algorithm like that. So up to this point, your cube should have the white face completely solved and around the side like that. So some people would think it would need to look something like this at the beginning. This is not a solved white face. It has all white here, but it's not solved around the side of the cube. So it is, now it's solved because we have all our edges actually in the correct spot and all the corners in the correct slots. So that is that. Moving on to our next step, we have solving the middle layer. So the way that we would do this is we would first find an edge in the top layer, which is yellow, that does not have yellow on it. So we have this edge right here. And what we're going to need to do is line it up with the centers, kind of like we were doing with the daisy solving the cross. So we would line it up with its center like that. And it could either be off, it could be on the right, or it could be, oh, come on, give me a second. Could be on the left like that. So we have this one right here, and this one is right here. So if we have it on the right, we're going to need to do this. First, we're going to move it so its slot is right here, so we're going to move it away from that slot. Then we're going to take this corner out with our left hand like this. Then we're going to rotate the cube to the left like that. And we're going to insert this using the algorithm that we used earlier, which goes like this. Now we have the edge solved, and over here, it's basically the mirror of what we just did. So if it needs to go into this slot, we're going to move it away from the slot, take the corner out right-handed, rotate, and then put it back in like that. So on both of these two cubes, on this one actually, we have a problem. So we're looking around the top of the cube and we find that we don't have any more not yellow edges in this layer, because we have yellow on this one right here, the yellow on this one, yellow is on this one, and yellow is on this one. So what we're going to want to do is we're just going to pretend that this is a not yellow edge. So we're going to want to put it in this slot. So what we're going to do is we're going to move it away, take this corner out, rotate, put the corner back in. So now we have that yellow edge in there, which means that we were able to get a different edge out. So now we're going to line it up with its center, move it away, take the corner out, rotate, put it back in. Now we don't have any more not yellow edges in the top layer. So again, the way to fix that problem is we're just going to pretend that one of the yellow edges is the edge that needs to go in here. So we're going to move it away like that. Take the corner out, rotate, and put it back in. So now we have this edge, which has no yellow on it. So we're going to line it up with its center like that. Then we'll move it away, take the corner out, rotate, put it back in. And then our last edge, it's the same thing. We just move it away, take the corner out, put it back in. And on this cube, we will, so we have this edge, which is not yellow. We would line it up with its center. We're then going to move it away, take the corner out, rotate, put it back in. This edge, so we can line it up with its center, move it away, take this corner out, rotate, put it back in. This edge, line it up with its center, move it away, take this corner out, put it back in. And then on this cube, we're going to line it up. We're going to line this edge up because it has no yellow. We're going to line it up with its center. Then we will move it away, take this corner out, rotate, put it back in. Now we have this edge, which is already lined up with its center, so we're going to find the slot. We're going to move it away, take the corner out, rotate, put it back in. Then we have this edge right here, so we're going to line that up with its center, move it away, take the corner out, move it back in. Then this edge is the same thing, move it away, take the corner out, rotate, put it back in. So the next step, oh, perfect, actually, is going to be solving the yellow cross. So it's kind of like the white cross. You can get one of these 4 cases. Sorry, I need to kind of make a little bit of a mess here. I'm trying to get another 3x3 out. You can have one of these 4 cases for the yellow cross. You can either have none of the edges with yellow on top, 2 that are right next to each other, which we're going to call a boomerang, because boomerang. This is a line, which is pretty simple to remember, because it's just a line. And then this one, the cross is already solved. So if you have this, skip ahead, I guess, but you're going to want to come back to this if you're actually learning how to solve the cube. If you're just trying to solve your Rubik's Cube, then just skip ahead. But we're not going to worry about that case right now. Let me just solve that really quick. We're going to worry about these 2 cases. So there's only one algorithm you need to learn, and it's going to go like this. So on the dot case, we're going to go like this. Now we have a boomerang, so we're going to do with the boomerang. Let me just do this twice. We're going to move it up to the top left like this. And then we're going to do that algorithm again. So it's going to go like this. Now we have a line. Again, we have the boomerang. We can do this. And now we have a line. So the way you solve the line is, again, the same algorithm. You hold it horizontal. And then you do that algorithm. And look at that, our yellow cross is solved. This one, it's the same thing. Just goes like that. And then this one, it's the line again, and we can go like that. So that's going to solve our cross. That actually solved the whole yellow side, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Next step is to, this is actually really lucky. I'm getting lucky with the teaching here. So next step is to solve all of the edges. So for this one, all our edges are actually solved. We can see that the red one, we just had to do a move there. The red one, the green one, the orange one, and the blue one, they're all solved. Or we can have this where the 2 opposite ones, sorry about that, the 2 opposite ones are solved. And then these 2 need to swap. And then we can have this where these 2 ones need to swap to solve all the edges. So we're going to need to learn one algorithm for this, and it's going to go like this. So if we have 2 opposite ones that need to swap, we're going to hold the solved ones on the sides, and we're going to do this algorithm. So take a minute to learn that. So that will give us, what? That will give us two ones that are next to each other that need to swap like that. So the way that we're going to do this, we're going to hold the 2 that need to swap like that on the bottom left, and we're going to do that algorithm again. So it's going to go like this. And then we can just figure out how we can solve our last edges with just one move like that. So now all our edges are solved, and it's the same for this. we have to hold the two that need to swap on our bottom left and do this algorithm again. And then we can just figure out how we can move it like that. So that's that step. Again, we'll have an example solve at the end of the video, so if any of this is confusing, maybe that'll help you a little bit. The next step is getting all the corners into the correct spot. So we can either have something like this, where one of the corners in the correct spot. We can have something like this, where none of the corners are in the correct spot, because we can see that this one is white, blue, red, and that needs to go there. This is white, red, green, that needs to go there. And this is yellow, or was I saying white? I meant yellow. This is yellow, orange, blue, which needs to go here, and this is yellow, orange, green, which needs to go here. So none of those are in the right spot. This one, we have yellow, orange, blue, which needs to go over here. Yellow, orange, green, which needs to go here. Yellow, red, green, which needs to go here. And then this one is white, red, blue, which is in the correct spot. So that's solved. This one is a bit easier to see. We can see that that corner is actually just completely solved. This one is white, orange, blue, yellow, orange, blue, excuse me. And that needs to go over here. This one is blue, what am I saying? Yellow, orange, green, right here. That needs to go here. This is yellow, red, green. That needs to go there. And then I think I already said that needs to go there. So there's one short algorithm that you need to learn for this. So it's going to go like this. So we're going to hold any corner in the correct spot down in the bottom left, like we were doing for the edges, but it's a different algorithm. We're going to go like this. So we can see that that didn't solve all our corners, and we're just going to need to do that again to solve all our corners in the correct spot. That just accidentally solved the cube. I did not even mean to do that. This one is going to be a bit different. So we have this solved corner, and then the three that are not in the correct spot. So we're going to put this solved corner in our bottom left, and we're going to do the algorithm. And then we need to do it again, because they didn't put the corners in the correct spot, like this. So that's pretty simple. This one we have our solved corner here, and it's not actually solved because it needed to be twisted to be solved, but it's in the correct spot. So we're going to go like this. And then we have, this is still in the right spot, but none of the other ones are actually in the correct spot. So we're going to do the algorithm again. And that puts all our corners in the correct spot. One more, this one, we don't have any solved corners, so it doesn't really matter which way we hold the cube. We're just going to go like this, do that algorithm again, and then look around for our corners in the correct spot. We have this one, so that one will go in the bottom left, and we'll do the algorithm again. And now all our corners are in the correct spot. So this is the last step that we're on now, and it's very simple. It's going to be pretty easy to learn as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to flip the cube over, and we are going to solve these corners like we were doing earlier for the white corners. So it's just going to be that algorithm. This one needs to twist, so we're going to take it out like that, and then do the algorithm again. Now don't worry about what you're doing to the white layer. This corner, bring that over to the slot that we were just working with, and do that algorithm again until yellow gets on the bottom. This corner, we do that algorithm again, and then this corner, we'll bring that over, and then we will do that algorithm. And congratulations, you solved the Rubik's Cube. So let's keep doing that with the rest of our cubes. We have this corner that needs to turn, so we're going to go like that. This corner, like that. We move that to the slot, and then we twist it. And then this last corner, and then this one. So we have this corner right here. And then we have this corner, which is in the back. So we're going to need to turn the bottom layer twice. Do that algorithm again until it gets solved. So I'll do one example solve on each of these 3 cubes, just so that for the sake of saving time with scrambling. Just scrambling them all up pretty quickly. Alright, so we're going to start with this cube. So the first step is solving our daisy. So we can move this edge, which is white, and this edge, which is already on here. We can move that to the top. This edge is down here, so that can just be moved up like that. This edge, there's no empty slot above it, so we're just going to move the empty slot above that and solve it into the correct spot. Now we don't have any that are lined up, actually, so we're just going to turn until we find, oh, this one lined up with its center. So we're going to move that down to the white side. This one is also lined up with its center. Move that down. We turn until we find that, oh, this one lines up with its center, so we'll move that down. Then we'll move this down. This corner right here is in the top layer, and it is white, so we're going to move that above the slot. It's white, orange, green, white, orange, green. Do the algorithm until it gets in there. We're going to do the same over here with this corner. So we see that it's white, blue, orange, white, blue, orange. So we're going to move that into the bottom layer like that with that algorithm. This one is white, green, red, white, green, red. So we're going to move that above the slot and do the algorithm until it gets in there. Then we have this last corner, which we can take out like that. It's white, orange, or white, red, blue, white, red, blue. Put the corner in. Next, we do edges. So we have this edge right here, which it does not have yellow on it. So we're going to line it up at the center like I just did. Then we will move it away, take the corner out, rotate, put it back in. This edge right here, we're going to move that above its center. It needs to go over here, so we're going to move it away, take that corner out, and put it back in. This edge is already lined up with its center, so it needs to go here. So we're going to move it away, take that corner out, rotate, put it back in. Have this edge right there, turn until it lines up with its center. Move it away, take the corner out, and put it back in. So now we have the first 2 layers solved, and we have a line. So we're going to do our algorithm to solve the line. It's going to go like this. Right? We actually skipped solving all the edges. They just automatically got solved. We have this corner, which is in the right spot because it's yellow, blue, orange, and yellow, blue, orange, so it's in the right spot. None of the other corners are in the correct spot, so we're going to do our algorithm for that. And then we have to do that algorithm again because it didn't solve the corners, so we have to do it again, like that. Now all our corners are solved. We can rotate the cube, solve this corner, which would go like that. Turn that, solve that corner, turn that, solve that corner, and then this. So that's going to solve the cube. Move on to this cube. So we have this edge up here and this one. So we already have a problem. So we will move an empty slot above where that is because we can't just move that up there. So we're going to move an empty slot, which is this one, to that to solve that. I can't talk. So we have another problem. We have this one, which we can't move up. So we're going to move an empty slot there. And then this last one, which we can just, we can go like that. Now we do the same thing we've been doing, and we just find an empty slot, move it above where it needs to go, and then we're going to solve it. So next step is solving all the white edges. So the way we're going to do that is by finding one that lines up and solving it down to the white face. This one is also lined up. This one is lined up, so we can turn that down. This one is lined up, so we can turn that down. Next step is solving all the corners of the white layer. So we have this one right here, which we can move above its slot because it's white, blue, orange, white, blue, orange, and then we'll just do that algorithm to put it in. This one is white, blue, red, white, blue, red. So we can do our algorithm to put it in like that. This one is white, red, green, white, red, green. So we can put it in like this. And this one is white, green, orange, white, green, orange. So we can put it in with our algorithm like that. Now we're going to solve the edges. So we have this one, which is the only not yellow in the top layer. We have blue on the side, so we can line that up with its center. Move it away. Take the corner out. And rotate and put it back in. Next we have this edge. So we're going to line it up with its center. Move it away. Take that corner out. Rotate. Put it back in. This edge. So we actually don't have any not yellow edges in our top layer. So what we're going to do is, again, we're just going to pretend that this edge belongs in that slot. So we're going to move it away. Take that corner out. Rotate. Put it back in. And then we have this, which we will line up with its center, move it away, take the corner out, rotate, and put it back in. Then we have this edge, which is actually in the right spot but flipped, so we need to take it out so we can put it in correctly. So we're just going to pretend that this edge belongs in here, move it away, take the corner out, rotate, and put the corner back in. So we have this edge out now. We can line it up with its center like that. We're going to move it away, take the corner out, rotate, and put it back in. So we have a line now for our yellow cross. We're going to go like that to solve it. We have these two edges solved, and these two are not solved. So we're going to do our algorithm to swap the edges. Now we have these two solved, and these two aren't. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these on our bottom left, and we're going to do that algorithm again, like that. We're going to look around for a corner that's in the correct spot, and this one is in the correct spot. So what we're going to do is put that in our bottom left, like it already is. Do the algorithm that swaps the rest of the corners. We need to do it again because none of them are in the right spot, just like that. And then we need to do our corner twisting, so we're going to rotate the cube. Twist that corner until it gets solved. Then we're going to move this one. Do the algorithm until it gets solved. This one. And then move it, that one. Which is like that. And then this last cube. So this is a little bit weird because we actually don't have any whites on the top. So what we're going to do is we're just going to find one that we can move to the top. We have this one right here. So we're going to move that to the top. And then this one can also be moved to the top. So we can go like that. And then this edge right here is it's in the right spot but flipped. So we're going to move it to the side like that. Then we're going to find an empty slot like that one. And then move the edge in there. And then we have this edge, which is completely wrong. There's nothing good about it. So we're going to move that here like that. And then like that. We're going to move it there. Find the slot and move it above where it needs to go, just like that. Next, we're going to look around for any edges that are solved with its center. So we have this one that needs to get moved down. This one. So we can line that up with its center, move it down like that. We have this one, which is lined up with its center, which we can move down like that. This one, line it up with its center, move it down. Next, we have this corner, which is in the top layer and has white. It's white, red, green, and we have white, red, green. So we can move that above its slot like that. Go like this until it gets in there. Like that. Next we have this corner, which is white, orange, green, white, orange, green. So we're going to move that above its slot. And we're going to do our algorithm until it gets in there. Next we have this one, which is white, orange, blue, white, orange, blue. So we're going to move that above its slot and do the algorithm until it gets in there. Next we have this one, which is white, red, blue, white, red, blue. We're going to do the algorithm until it gets in there. And this edge is no yellow, so we're going to line it up with its center. We're then going to move it away, take the corner out, rotate, and put it back in. We have this. So we're going to line it up with its center, move it away, take the corner out, rotate, and put it back in. Now we don't have any more not yellow edges in the top layer, so we need to take one out. We're going to pretend like this is an edge that needs to go in here, so we're going to move it away, take the corner out, rotate, and put it back in. Next we have this edge, so we're going to line it up with its center, move it away, take the corner out, rotate, put it back in. This edge can be moved away, take the corner out, rotate, put it back in. Next we have a boomerang. So we're going to put that in the top like this. Then we're going to do our algorithm like that. We have a line now, so we can do our algorithm again, just like so. All our edges got solved. Look around for a corner that's in the correct spot. We have this one. So we can do our algorithm to solve the rest of the corners. And that solved them. So next we're going to want to rotate the cube. This corner needs to rotate, so we're going to go like that until it gets rotated. This one needs to twist, do the algorithm until it's in the correct spot. This one, do the algorithm until it's in the correct spot, and then solve that. So I hope you guys were able to learn how to solve the cube from this tutorial. If you have any suggestions, maybe I can put in a shorts video later, comment down below, and I will do my best to get to the requests. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.